If you are thinking about making the move to Norwell, Massachusetts, you're going to want to watch this video as I go through everything you need to know before making the move. Are you thinking about possibly moving to Norwell, Massachusetts? Well, before you make the move, here are some key things you need to know about the town. From home prices to schools to amenities, I'm gonna break down everything you need to know about this amazing town here on the South Shore. And by the way, my name is Sean Murphy with Living on the South Shore and Real, and I specialize in helping people buy and relocate to the South Shore. I live here on the South Shore. I'm raising my family here in Hingham, and I love everything about it. So if you have any questions, my contact info is below. You can call me, text me, email me. And also, I've linked my relocation guide to the South Shore down below as well. Click that link in the description. It's a free guide. All you got to do is put your email in and it'll get emailed directly to you. But any questions, you let me know. So without further ado, let's dive into Norwell, Massachusetts. The first thing we're going to talk about is the location and the commute. Now, Norwell is technically the only town on the South Shore that isn't right on the coastline. But it's about 20 miles south of Boston and right off of Highway 3, which makes it super easy for commuting, getting down to the Cape, or really getting anywhere here on the South Shore. Now, there's no commuter rail in town, but nearby towns Scituate and Hanson both have commuter rail stops, so you can drive over there, take the train into the city. Or if you want, you can drive to the Hingham Shipyard right in northern Hingham and take that ferry straight into the city, which in my opinion is one of the best ways to possibly commute. But if you are going to plan on driving as your commuting option, you should expect at least a 35 to 45 minute drive into Boston, depending on where you're going. And of course, that could potentially be an hour to an hour and a half some days, depending on what's going on, whether there's an accident, construction, etc. Next up, let's talk housing market and home prices. Now, Norwell is known for its beautiful homes and its big lots. There's a lot of old farms on Norwell that have been converted to just unbelievably beautiful pieces of property with completely renovated old homes on the premises. And there's also plenty of homes that you can get right on the North River. So technically you're not on the coast, but you can get waterfront properties with docks and boating access that takes you right out to the ocean. But let's talk numbers from 2024. There were a total of 89 single-family homes sold in Norwell in 2024 at an average home price of about just below $1.2 million. Now, that being said, the lowest home sale price of 2024 was about $530,000, and the highest sale price was about $2.5 million. So there's a big discrepancy there, a lot of room in between, depending on what your price point is and what you're going to be looking for. But if you need to dive deeper into those details, again, feel free to download my relocation guide. The link is below. I dive into all the numbers in there and you get all the stats from 2024. But at the end of the day, Norwell is a fantastic town. And if you're looking for a home with character, privacy, a lot of outdoor space, but a really, really strong sense of community, Norwell is your spot. Next up, let's talk schools and education. Now, if schools are a top priority for you and your family, Norwell is an unbelievably fantastic choice. The public school system here in Norwell is one of the top in the state every single year and is currently the top public school system here on the South Shore. With small class sizes, great teacher engagement, and strong extracurricular activities, this makes it a huge draw for families coming in. So that all being said, the competition in Norwell is usually pretty high when it comes to finding family homes and family neighborhoods because there's a lot of people moving here for these schools. But that all being said, if you are a family that also has a bunch of athletes in it, Norwell has a ridiculously good athletic program. The girls lacrosse team has won state championships. The boys lacrosse team has won state championships. The girls cross country has, the boys football team has won. So there's a very, very big focus in town on athletics, and that goes right into the high school where they have a strong resume of success over the years. So if a strong public school system is on your list of necessities when it comes to moving to the South Shore, definitely keep checking Norwell out. Next up, let's talk about things to do and outdoor activities here in town. Now, despite its small town feel, Norwell actually has a lot to offer when it comes to outdoor activities and just things to do in general. The North River, for example, is a hot spot for kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding, even boating. You know, if you have any access to the water there. People are on it all the time. You're even driving through some of the bridges that go over the North River there. And depending on the tides, you'll see kids in the summertime jumping off the rivers, just old, classic New England stuff that's going on. But it's a very, very popular spot during the summertime. People are on the North River all the time. And then you've got places like the Norris River Conservation Park that you can go and hike and go for walks. If you have little toddlers or kids in strollers, it's a fantastic place to take them for walks, get out in nature, and just experience the outdoors. But that all being said, you're still super close to these coastal towns, Marshfield, Scituate, etc., that you can just drive quickly to, go hit the beach, go hit the harbors, go do some more boating out on the ocean. There's so many things to do living in Norwell, but then if you visit those neighboring towns, you've got everything that you need. Next up, let's just talk about the community and the local amenities when it comes to restaurants and shopping. Now, Norwell is not one of those towns that has a ton of strip malls and access to all these different big box stores. It has a super tight-knit community type feel to it, small town. So you're getting a lot of locally owned small businesses, which in my opinion is fantastic because all of these neighboring towns have those big box stores, they have those strip malls, they have the movie theaters, they have all of those things, so you don't have to travel far to get it. Two of my favorite restaurants around are right in Norwell. Cheever Tavern, it's a fantastic spot, great food, great atmosphere, and I typically will go there and you can sit out on the deck when it's nice weather, but the food is incredible. And then almost right across the street is the Tinker's Son, one of the best Irish pubs and restaurants in the area. They have the best St. Paddy's Day celebrations, but it's just a fantastic place to go, have a pint with the fellas, or even just take the family and get some good pub fare. But as I mentioned before, if you do need big time shopping, movie theaters, bowling alleys, etc., Hanover's right nearby. You can drive there pretty quickly. You can go to the Hingham Derby Street shops, which is, again, right down the highway because Norwell is right on Highway 3. You can take that right to the Derby Street shops or right to Hanover Crossing to go shop and do whatever you need. But Norwell itself is more about the small town, tight-knit community feel. So you're not gonna, again, get these big box stores, but I personally love that. Next up, let's compare it to some of these other towns on the South Shore. Now, Norwell had the second lowest price per square foot average throughout all of the South Shore from the 2024 numbers. They were right behind Weymouth at $411 per square foot on average out of those 89 homes sold. And it's also one of the smaller sized towns according to population, being just over 11,000 residents. And it's actually one of the youngest towns on the South Shore here, with the median age being 39 years old. So a ton of young couples and families really make up the majority of this town, making it, again, a perfect spot if you're looking for that really tight-knit family community where you want to stay and raise your kids and be there for a long time. And the last thing we'll talk about here is, who is Norwell best for? In my opinion, this is best for young couples, young families, or even families with older kids that are just looking for that super tight-knit, small town feel, but have a lot of space outside of their home. Now, some of these towns on the South Shore, a lot of these homes are kind of crammed in together, giving you less outdoor space. But Norwell, with all of its old farms and just its open space, you get a lot more acreage when it comes to buying a piece of property. And as I mentioned, with the lower price point compared to a lot of these South Shore towns, there are some younger families that are choosing to move to Norwell and give up that right on the coastline feel of their town because they know they can drive 10, 15, 20 minutes to a neighboring town here on the South Shore and get access to all that the coastal life brings you. So at the end of the day, if you are thinking about Norwell, I cannot speak highly enough about it. I love this town, but the competition is high, as I mentioned. So make sure whatever agent you are working with, this guy, they know what they're doing in the town. They know other agents in the town. They know how to work that buying process. So that leads me right into, if there's anything I can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can text me, email me, call me, etc. Now make sure to look below in the description and download that relocation guide to the South Shore. It's free. All you have to do is put your name and email in and you will get it emailed to you right away. But that just dives into more details about Norwell, the numbers, the town, the restaurants, etc. But as always, make sure to like this video, share it with anybody that might be interested in learning more about Norwell. And thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.